let me just also add this, that the city of New York and DOE, they say, well, we don't want to touch the coffee, and if we don't touch it, then we're not exposing anybody to it. The reality is that we have scientists and experts that tell us that PCBs can seep through soil, through mortar, through brick. PCBs turn into dust, dry up and can turn into dust going into the air. Our children in the borough of the Bronx, in at least 50 schools, are sitting in classrooms where the PCBs are in the air, where they may be dust on the windowsill, where it's seeping through the bricks. And it's inconceivable to me how the mayor of the city of New York and the Department of Education and its Chancellor Klein are celebrating great reading and math scores, and maybe they should be applauded for that. How they're celebrating an increase in graduation rates, and maybe we should applaud them for that. But I cannot understand how we, on one hand, can give a child a diploma or a certificate and applaud them for their excellence in math and in reading, and on the other hand, we're leaving them exposed to health problems in the future. A diploma or good grades mean nothing. It means nothing if at the end of the day, our children, when they become young adults and adults, are going to be sick or bedridden or not going to be able to get the jobs that they study so hard to get. And so when you speak of education, health of our children is a big component of that, and we want the mayor and the chancellor to do something about it. It's 260 schools, 260 schools in the city of New York. Clean them up. We'll help you fight with the state, and we'll help you fight with the federal government so that we can give you the money so they can do the cleanup if money is an issue. But we should never put a price tag on the health and the future of our most precious, which is our children of the city of New York. Thank you.
There's one additional background point I wanted to make that I should have made earlier, which is that while we understand that this is going to be a costly process, it's also true that PCBs were very profitable to manufacture and sell, and there is a school district upstate that has sued the manufacturer of PCBs to get back the cost of cleaning up the school and making it PCB-free. Second, the maximum fines that can be imposed on the school district for each violation each day are almost $30,000. That's $30,000 per school per day. So that's a lot of money too. It's not like one side of this question is expensive and the other side is cheap. We're looking at something that's costly in terms of money, but more importantly, it's costly in terms of children's health.
Do we have questions?
Yeah, I was apparently during the asbestos crisis, which cost over $100 million. I'm directing it more to the lawyer now. And we found out that it was only in the heating pipe insulation, but walls were ripped out, ceilings, floors, and work was done that wasn't needed. Are you afraid that a similar situation might happen here? But we had supposedly accountability back then when the Board of Ed used to go over contracts. There is no accountability now, and they have no bid contracts given out to anybody. How do we know for sure that it's going to be clean and clean correctly and as you said, cost efficiently?
That's a very real concern. We're going to have to be vigilant as the public to make sure that the cleanup happens in a way that's safe and complete.
Tell me what you guys have done as said to DOE, exactly the conversations and letters that have gone on, and what's next in the process? You've written this letter, what's the process?
And we'll make the letter available to you, but basically we have a letter that has a number of suggestions where we want the EPA to step in. Obviously, we've talked to DOE, and that's been to no avail. But if you look at asbestos, if you look at, and I'm no fan of landlords, but the city of New York has made landlords comply on lead paint with lead poisoning, and yet the city of New York is not in compliance with regards to these PCB levels and the federal mandate that you should clean it up. So we're writing now the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, and we've also given suggestions, everything from implementing a plan to test all windows and door caulking, for schools that have been built prior to 1980, to testing the air quality, to make those results public and make them public within 60 days of testing, so that we can make sure that we have a transparent, open process. So we do have some strong suggestions, and I'll give you the letter so you can see how is it. And we really are reaching out to parents, to community leaders, and a number of different elected officials, from Linda Rosenthal, who represents in Manhattan, but she's in the New York State Assembly. She has a piece of legislation upstairs. We want the state legislature to pass something as quickly as possible. I know that they have other issues they have to take care of, but we're working on this on many different levels.
And just another legal question. How much more time until you actually pursue this lawsuit? You said you're not ready to file this yet. What other things have to happen before that takes place?
There are a couple of complications or developments that have occurred. One thing is that a number, our lead plaintiff, Naomi Gonzalez, is at her son's 5th grade graduation today, so that's why she's not here. A number of other parents, including Mr. Jenkins, Sebastian Ulanga, who's also the president of one of the parents' associations up in Co-op City, have opted to join the legal effort. So under the federal statute, we have to provide notice to the Environmental Protection Agency and wait for 60 days before we file suit. We may, however, opt to file suit in the meantime on behalf of Ms. Gonzalez alone, just to make sure that parents have a voice in the process and that things move forward as quickly as possible. Our notice period recently expired, so we're at liberty to do that now.
More questions?
I get another question, John. It appears that PS 160 is being, the windows are being fixed over there. And that seems to be the school where the charter school that the mayor wants to put in there. Do you think there's any reason they're doing that school and not other schools? Would it be the charter school going in there?
I really am not qualified to comment on that.
And I would just say, Bob, that it doesn't matter whether our children in Catholic schools, charter schools, private schools, or public schools, that ultimately they're our future. And
right, it's all
they should be in a safe, healthy environment that's conducive to learning. So any school that has PCBs, or any building for that matter, should be remediated.
Thank you.